Hey Ghost Gang, welcome back to our channel. We're doing a nighttime investigation at one of the cemeteries that we've come to before. It's been a while since we've been here, and I believe this cemetery to be, I don't know, you could say most haunted cemetery we've been to, but it is a very evil feeling cemetery, you know. It's real eerie, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. There are coyotes out here in the distance. You know, we just got woods surrounding all around us. You drive back up in a mile or so from the nearest home. Kind of like I call it the land of the, we done left the land of the living, we're in the land of the dead. Very quiet out here tonight, no wind blowing, other than the night creatures, crickets and katydids, and can't remember what that other, it's almost like a katydid, making noise. But getting close to a full moon coming up here in the next couple days. If anything is walking around, we should be able to hear it. Any type of disembodied sounds or voices, we should be able excuse me, should be able to pick up on that. Cemetery, not a whole lot of information on it. There was a story told that a voodoo priest lived in the area and put a curse on this cemetery. I've seen other reports say there's no such thing. It's just a story that was told from some family members that been here their whole life, that have family members buried here. Also, some of the stories are told about a man that was buried alive and somehow dug his way out. And of course, I guess after he dug his way out and was trying to walk home, he died anyways, and wound up burying him again. Also, stories of seeing a lady in white walk around here in the cemetery. Now, I do know that there's been times we've seen apparitions at night walking around, but we can never get a good camera view on it or, you know, video of it. But we have seen, you know, something walking around out here. I've seen shadow figures here, heard noises, disembodied voices. I've heard the voice of a child saying hello, and I've also heard like the scream of a female. Now, this cemetery is segregated. There's basically two cemeteries with a fence dividing them. And I mean, both sides, they have a different feel to them. This side over here, which is, I guess, basically the whites. You know, a lot of old graves in here, and you do get some good EVPs, and just get that feeling like you're being watched all the time. You go over on the other part of the cemetery, it's a little heavier feeling over there. When you're walking around, it's like your legs are real heavy, like your body's heavy, like you're just sinking into the ground. It's hard walking. And you can tell the difference. It's almost like a border or a threshold. When you cross out of one going into the other, you feel that automatic change. To where I have gone in and the change, I turn around and walk back, and it changes right back. So it's kind of a weird situation. We have heard footsteps around us here. Also, well known for our devices, our equipment, our cameras, being the batteries being drained or malfunctioning. Kind of like the first time we came, it was almost the feeling I got was like whatever's here didn't want us here. It was trying to scare us off, making loud banging sounds, um, messing with our devices. So it's a real eerie cemetery. You're just out away from everything. Miles from the nearest town, a few miles from any home. So we're going to see what we can possibly capture tonight. I got Tim with me.
Hi, folks.
Come on over and join in here.
Yes, sir. Would also like to add, the first time we came out here, like as my colleague here, Tim, was saying, we were having a real eerie feeling. We've had battery drainage issues on some equipment. I had a Sony Handycam. It had a high capacity battery in it. It was fully charged. We weren't out here for no more than 3 or 4 minutes, and all of a sudden, zap! It went totally flatlined.
Totally drained.
And I popped another battery into it. It powered right up and stuff. But that was one of the more, I would say, intense battery drainage issues I've had on the equipment, being in the field 25 plus years. And yeah, that was one of the more, ranks up there in the top 5.
Yeah. What do you think was the most eerie thing or thing that you witnessed, in the times that we've come here? What kind of pops to your mind?
I would have to say that pinwheel, walking on it. But I mean, with that being said, shadow figures.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some disembodied voices come through, of course, but I'd say the shadow figures are the more intriguing variety.
Yeah, I mean that pinwheel, that was kind of strange because as we were going into the cemetery, you kind of was panning around and all we saw was something in the back that was kind of flashing.
That reflecting,
and as we got closer to it, we noticed that it was a pinwheel that was spinning, but the kind of odd thing about it, there wasn't no wind.
There wasn't, no.
It wasn't blowing at all, and as soon as we got probably 30 feet, 40 feet to it, they just totally stopped.
That was cool, though. That was.
But I think the most memorable thing to me was it was more the fall or early spring. It was cold, and we set up some static cams, and that was back when we kind of sit in our car and kind of watch, see our devices go off, REM pod light up, or cat balls, motion light, stuff like that. But we put the camera on record, and we're sitting in our car, and as when we saw
right to left,
don't know what it was, but something ran, right in front of the camera. I mean, it was going pretty quick. It wasn't an animal because it was too tall to be an animal. But it was almost like a child in a way, about child size.
Didn't it set off the motion lights?
It set off cat balls, REM pods, motion lights, and everything. But the strange thing about it was when we went to view over the footage, it's like you saw the footage up until that happened, and then you saw footage after. It's like the camera got put on pause. While that ran through. So we weren't able to catch on camera. We can't verify what it was that ran through.
We just know it was
but
something.
we both saw it with our eyes. But we knew something had crossed through there. And it was kind of strange because I kind of looked at you and you looked at me like, did you see that?
Right.
And then we tried to, debate on what it was, whether it was an animal, and we thought, well, no, it was, wasn't low enough to the ground to be an animal, unless it was standing on 2 legs running, but it wasn't like a grown-up because it wasn't that tall. It was like, about
2.5, 3 feet,
4
maybe.
foot,
4 foot or so.
So that was, one thing that stood out to me.
Something else that happened with us, we were here a few years ago, and it was a few days before Christmas, and we were under the pavilion. We were rolling on the, was it Ghost Tube Box?
It was either Ghost Tube or
Ghost
maybe,
Tube Simpsons.
Spirit Talker, I don't remember.
I think it was Ghost Tube Box, if I'm not mistaken, and again, a few days before Christmas, and Merry Christmas came through twice
Yeah.
that night, and that kind of validated or solidified to me that these apps on phones do have
Yeah.
some credibility, quite a bit of credibility.
Some of them do.
Yeah,
There are some that you know, random stuff comes through
sure, program and
that
such.
kind of sounds like it might have been answering a question, but we
Yeah,
can't get any further communicate down the same line.
yeah,
But what's the odds of one of those apps
mm-hmm.
that's programmed that knows what time of year it is,
Exactly,
that's
twice
going to
the boom.
actually come out. So,
Yeah,
whether it was spirit related or whether it was just coincidence or something, there's no way of telling. But,
sure, true.
it was kind of strange that did come
It was
come up
intriguing to say
through.
the least.
Yeah. Um, yeah, this place, like I say, it's, to me, it just has a different feel than most cemeteries we go to.
A unique
It's out in
vibe.
the middle of nowhere. I have talked to a lot of residents that live in the area or live back in town that have come here,
Mm-hmm.
and they've told me stories of things that have happened to them, being
Mm-hmm.
touched, hearing sounds around them, hearing disembodied voices.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of them say they won't even come here after dark.
Dang.
You know, but we're gonna kind of see what possibly might happen for us tonight. We're going to use a few different techniques, go to different areas. We'll start out with possibly doing a basic walkthrough with a K2 and see if we get any hits on that in any of the areas. Maybe give us, if we feel any energy or what I'm able to pick up on,
Yeah.
as to where we might want to do some sessions in.
Yeah.
I thought about doing a section where I go under, but I don't know if this is the right place for that.
I agree. I don't
Because,
think it would be wise, so to speak. Yes.
When I go under, I don't hear any sounds or anything around me because I'm basically in a trance where I'm connecting almost like I'm leaving this realm and going into their realm.
Yeah. Anything happens, we're the only two out. Yeah.
And if you don't have a good control of what you're doing, you can get kind of locked into that.
Yeah.
Into that zone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good about knowing when to come out of things like that.
Right.
But I talk about everything I see and everything, but it's like I'm in another world as I'm talking about what I'm saying.
We are the only two out here for many miles. Anything happens, that puts us in an iffy situation.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have phone service out here.
I have no idea, brother.
I never tried to see if we have any, connection there, but
yeah.
We just want to kind of, stay focused and alert, and of our surroundings and things that are happening around us. What we're able to see with our eyes, or hear with our ears, the smells. Because I have had the smell like perfume while I've been out here before.
Yes, sir.
Or the smell of like flowers, but then it's a cemetery.
True, yeah.
But when I get a scent like that, I kind of look around the graves that are around me. I don't see any roses or any flowers that would even put out that scent. So
right.
That's kind of debatable.
Yes,
on that as well.
Right.
Anyways, I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this investigation, see what happens tonight.
Outstanding.
So come along with us, just like you're on the investigation, and
join us.
Let's get spooky.
Let's get spooky. You had it recording, right?
Well, I think I did.
Oh.
Camera either just shut off or I didn't hit record. I don't know, but got it going again.
There the spirit said within the sound of my voice, just point in my left hand. As you get near it, grab it or touch it, it'll just light up different colors, like you're showing us through there. It's a toy, or tool, I guess you'd say, that allows you to be able to communicate with it. It's lots of really pretty colors. If any of you spirits want to come near, grab it or touch me anywhere, touch my friend that's over there, just toy in his hand. If you need any energy from any of these devices, just feel free to touch as much as you would like. Have we ever read the names on these little mausoleums?
I was just looking for those. There they are.
They're right here.
I was thinking they were behind me.
Died 1879.
I mean, I was thinking as small as they were children at one time.
Yeah.
But no, they're older people, which is kind of different. But I remember one time we came here, and one of these was like it was
slid
moved.
off.
Yeah, it was like something was trying to
get in.
Open it up. Another branch there. Looks like they cleaned up a lot of those branches that were out here.
Yeah, it looks like it. These are the more recent ones, it looks like.
Whoa, spider web. Walk right through that one. What was that? Almost sounded like a grunt or a groan. Not sure. Like a wind chime over there hanging on the tree. But there's no breeze at all. So if they ring, that would be awesome. Looks like the grass needs to be cut. It's been a while. Is that a new grave back there?
Sorry?
So is that a new grave back here? I see a pile of dirt.
Or it's been dug out. What in the hell?
It's a pile of dirt.
Looks like it's been dug out, sir. That's been dug out.
Well,
Yeah, it's
sure
been dug
has.
out, bro. There's something in it.
I don't see nothing.
Huh. Hey, someone's passed away. It just, well, no, it wouldn't make no sense, so.
I mean, there's no dates or anything.
Well, that's on this side. Let me walk around that other side. Don't fall in now.
Yeah, I mean, both of those dates are full.
2022, man, that's bizarre.
Grave robber?
Bizarre.
Grave robber trying to steal something?
I don't know. Grave robbers, maybe?
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, it is, man.
There's a knock. Like something knocked on wood.
Yeah.
Bigfoot? You over there? Can't read the names.
Dobbs,
Well, I know that part.
Irwin,
And
May,
Alice.
Irwin Marsh, 2022. Allison Lewis Russell, 2021. That's bizarre, man. I mean, sure, that could have been dug out by a backhoe like that without making marks or tread marks in the ground.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking, because it looks like it's a.
Kind of a.
It doesn't look like a hand dug.
Yeah, the thing of it is, wouldn't have tore up the grass. The tracks of the.
Not necessarily.
Right, depending on the size. Oh, bizarre though. One of those strange things.
Wow. Wasn't expecting to see that.
Me either. You find something new at Dobbs every time, man.
And over here, I think it's on up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Or it's right here, maybe. Was that one?
Yeah.
That we interacted? That's gotten broke up more.
Oh man, dang, yeah.
That we believe we were interacting with through the spirit box, because we got a name and a date. Can't remember what it was, but you know.
Yeah. We're getting a couple hits on the K2 there for a second.
Well, it seems like this area I've gotten K2 activity over here quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot to bring the motion lights and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That we're going to bring out here. And
don't want to go that way.
Yeah, I'm going to say, see a spider web right there.
Yeah. Oh, big boy.
Well, there's something here, because this battery's getting drained pretty quick too. And it hasn't shut off since I've turned it back on. Well, I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't swear to it 100%. But then, you know, from past things that have happened here, you know, our devices have been shut off on us. We've had it where we have audio, or we have video but no audio, you know. So, you know, battery's getting drained. It is a very strange cemetery, you know, with things that have happened here in the past. But there is something here, because I mean, I just feel that electricity or that static, as well as I got that feeling like we're being watched. And I don't know why they put this gate right here where this one marker is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because when I first started coming here, you don't see it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I've walked into it or hit it.
Yeah.
You know. It didn't quite make sense. If there's a grave right here, why would you put a gate right there? You know, you could have gone another 4 foot this way or whatever.
Yeah, don't give me Justin Gray. I need to drink the water.
This area right here where we had some devices set up through these headstones right here that is where whatever that was came from right to left running through here. I mean, it was going pretty fast to where we couldn't visually recognize what it was, but it was big enough that we both were able to see it. So I'm not picking up on anything particular as of yet, but I do feel that energy here, whether it's residual or possibly something intelligent. Don't know, because it's not really making a connection with me, but I do feel the energy here tonight. Thank you for lighting it up, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Keep lighting up, sir. Pull my thermal. Let me pull the thermal off. Not. Oh.
Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, ball. Right here. Just on the ball. Spirit.
Yeah. Oh, we'll hit some right there?
Yeah.
That's the last one I just pulled up.
Yes, sir. Spirits, thank y'all for lighting those up. Please feel free to play with them, as many of those as y'all want. If you can't find them, just keep looking around in there. You'll come across them.
Getting close to them.
Either way, hey, we'll take over and get it.
Just activate.
You want me to walk with you, kind of just go in there alone, tell them minimize contamination.
Walking away. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, ball. Right here. Just on the ball. Spirit. Oh, we'll hit some right there? Yeah. That's the last one I just pulled up. Yes, sir. Spirits, thank y'all for lighting those up. Please feel free to play with them, as many of those as y'all want. If you can't find them, just keep looking around in there. You'll come across them. Getting close to them.
Either way, hey, we'll take over and get it.
Just activate it.
Yep.
Okay, something here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not close it.
All right. Something. Yeah. Spirit energy. Something. Go ahead. What's that? Oh, I thought you said something about quarter. Digital quarter. Gotcha. Yes. Kind of a real time YouTube or just plain? Nice. Cool. Oh, cool.
cemetery.
Well, that's where we are. Can you tell me the name of the cemetery? Or maybe tell me your name if you're buried here. Maybe we can find you.
Failure.
Could you say that again, please? I didn't quite hear it. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of activity. We did earlier have one of the motion lights go off in the back a few times, and we've had a couple of the cat balls activate. But right now it seems to be pretty quiet, not hearing any noises. Had a couple things come through using the ghost tube box that could be relevant to where we are. But I can't get any confirmation it's anything intelligent that is communicating with us. The moon's putting out a little bit of light out in the cemetery in some spots. And if anything would walk through those lit up areas, might be able to see it. Still pretty early. Not sure exactly what time it is. around 11 o'clock. I do have a digital voice recorder set up out there in the cemetery. See if possibly it might pick up on anything. I also have some devices set up over here at the pavilion. The dead bell, motion light, and the cat ball. But I haven't noticed any activity over there. Further sound out in the cemetery. Possibly a branch falling. Or it could have been an animal. If anything does get close to any of our devices and toys, they will activate. I find that a lot of time when something does activate, I believe a lot of it is just residual energy walking around that's getting close to them. One thing nice now it's getting the later part of the year. The temperatures are a lot nicer at nighttime. Not as hot. Daytime, still pretty warm, especially in the middle of the day. If you're out in where the sun's at, the moon's pretty bright, but it's still not quite a full moon. I believe Monday is supposed to be full moon, which is 2 days away, so it's real close. Some people believe that full moon somehow, I don't know whether it gives spirits energy or just something about a full moon that seems to ramp up activity. But I do know that we're getting to the time of year where supposedly the veil is thinner, where spirits can travel back and forth a little easier from their realm to ours. it's still eerie, being it's out here in the middle of nowhere. It's awful quiet other than the bugs making noise. And occasionally other noises. Oop. I don't know if something just fell or something was thrown. But whatever it was pretty heavy. It hit the ground. Made me kind of jump. I don't see nothing over there in the area. It was fairly close. It doesn't have to be this cemetery, pretty much any cemetery. If there's not a full moon or no type of lighting, and you're totally in the dark, it is kind of eerie and spooky. Especially when you're hearing sounds around you and can't see. That was kind of a thump or something hit the ground, something pretty good size. It could have been something falling from the tree, but almost sounded to me more like something was thrown. Definitely know I'd be a little bit more on edge if I was here by myself. And even with someone here with me, I'm constantly looking around, even behind me. And being out in the country, don't know if there's any animals sneaking up behind me. Kind of hoping when it gets closer to midnight or after, maybe some things will start happening. I mean, even if I did see something walking out there in the cemetery, in the areas that have moonlight, lighten it up. I don't know if the camera, depending on how far out there it was, whether the cameras would pick it up or not. I meant to bring my big external IR where it would have lit everything up out there like it was daylight, almost like it would be using night vision goggles. And these little external IRs light up a good bit, but they don't light up very far. Keep shutting my cameras off. Keep shutting my cameras off. Separation of smoke from my cigarette. Coyotes over the rest of me, coyotes straight out in front of me. I hear some off to the right of me, but they're not close. Now I hear them behind me. We're being surrounded. So being out here in the country, I'm sure there are a lot of them.